In this tutorial, we will have a look at the history of Egypt, roughly between 3100 BC and 641 AD. This time period is a sequence of stable kingdoms with little relative instability in between them. Egyptians had religious leaders and administrators who were under the control of Pharaoh, and they were interested in mineral exploitation of the valley and desert region, development of an independent writing system, organization of collective construction and agricultural projects, trade with surrounding regions, developing military with the intention to assert Egyptian dominance, land excavation and survey, construction techniques like building pyramids and temples, system of mathematics as well as medicine, glass technology, earliest known peace treaty with Hittites. Thus, ancient Egypt has left a lasting legacy in terms of culture, architecture, and science. Egyptian art and architecture was widely copied and antiquities were carried all over the globe. Administration. The pharaoh was the absolute monarch of the country and had complete control over land and resources. He was the head of military and also the government. He depended on his officials, known as vizier, for functioning and administration. They coordinated land surveys, treasury, building projects, and looking after the legal system. The nomarch were accountable to the vizier and were under his jurisdiction. Economy. The temples were considered as a backbone of the economy. People used to worship in these temples, and also collecting and storing granaries and treasuries was done. This collection was then redistributed by the overseers. The economy was centrally organized and strictly controlled. Barter system was initially used, which was followed by the usage of coins starting from around 5th century BC. Social status. The upper class displayed its status in arts and literature. Below the upper class were priests, followed by physicians and engineers who were skilled in their professions. Artists and craftsmen had higher status than those of the farmers and worked in shops attached to the temples. Farmers formed the majority of the population, and their produce was owned directly by the temples. It is a matter of debate if slavery existed or not. All subjects were considered equal under law. Men and women had the right to own or sell property, make contracts, marry and divorce, receive inheritance, and take up disputes in court. Egyptian women had more opportunities for achievement as compared to other states or empires at that time. Legal system. The pharaoh was responsible for enacting laws, delivering justice, and maintaining law and order. Court documents show that Egyptians used common sense while delivering justice. Punishment was given as per the crime committed, and every court matter was documented and was used as a reference in future court matters. Agriculture. The Nile was the lifeline of this region. The success of ancient Egyptian civilization came partly from its ability to adapt to the Nile River Valley for agricultural purposes. Predictable flooding and controlled irrigation of the fertile valley produced surplus crops and helped in supporting dense population, social development, and culture. Vegetables produced included garlic, melons, squashes, pulses. Trade. The Egyptians traded with foreign neighbors to obtain exotic goods not found in Egypt, which included gold, oil jugs, timber, aromatic resins, ebony, ivory, and wild animals like monkeys and baboons. Also, tin, copper, olive oil were imported. The exports included grains, linen, papyrus, glass, and stone objects. Daily life. Most of the Egyptian people were farmers, tied to their land and families. Their houses were constructed of mud and brick, designed to remain cool during the heat of the day. Hygiene and appearance were of great importance, and again, the river Nile was useful for taking baths. Using soaps, shaving, using perfumes, and aromatic ointments was common. Clothing was made from simple linen sheets. Men were responsible for providing income, and women were responsible for raising children. Music, dance, and games were also an integral part of life. Food included bread and beer, vegetables such as onions and garlic, fruits like dates and figs, fish and meat. Belief in the divine and in the afterlife was part of the Egyptian life, and the rule of the pharaoh was based on the divine rights of the kings. Architecture. Egypt is famous for its architecture, which includes the Great Pyramids of Giza, temples, and Phoenix. Building projects were organized by the state for religious purposes, but were mostly for displaying the power of the pharaoh. Egyptians were skilled builders, used simple but effective tools and sighting instruments. Their architecture is built with such precision and accuracy that it is envied till today. Military. The Egyptian military successfully defended Egypt against foreign invasions and maintained Egypt's dominance in that region. It also protected mining expeditions and fought two civil wars during turn of power from one dynasty to another. The military was responsible for maintaining fortifications along trade routes. Legacy. The cultures and monuments of ancient Egypt have left a lasting legacy on the world. Right from the cult of goddess Isis being imported into Roman Empire till the 17th and 18th century European travelers, writing stories of their journeys which led to a wave of Egyptomania across Europe till the modern day tourists, all are mesmerized by Egypt. We hope that you liked this video. Please share it with your friends. Also subscribe to our channel and thank you for watching.